He was peeing blood and he had problems breathing, and his doctor just told him it was seasonal. And then for a year, an entire freaking year, he thought it was nothing and he did absolutely nothing about that. That's literally the definition of insanity right there. Even if it was because of the testosterone replacement therapy, would you wait an entire year? What's up folks, it's Uranus from Brussels. Welcome to another video. Today I will be reacting to a rather special video of a man who claims that testosterone replacement therapy almost cost him his life. The man in question is Jeff Standley, and in his video on his YouTube channel he details that he landed in the hospital with lung and heart damage supposedly because of blood clots linked to his testosterone replacement therapy. So we're going to go over the facts. We're going to look at his feedback together, and then we're going to see if testosterone replacement therapy actually almost cost this man his life. Alright, let's get to it. So in the first part of his video, he actually details why he was on testosterone replacement therapy in the first place. What you need to know is that this man used to be morbidly obese. He got into shape and he dieted for years. In his mid-40s, he hit low testosterone numbers and he went to a TRT clinic. If you ask me, the fact that he was morbidly obese certainly did not help with his testosterone levels, and he might have ended up on TRT because of his obesity. Actually lost all the weight and then somehow gained it all back. I really don't understand how it's possible to get your weight under control, to lose all that weight and then in the end gain it all back. I mean, he lost 170 pounds. That's about 72 kilograms. Or something like that. I mean, that's almost the weight of another human being. That's not the topic of this video. So he unfortunately got morbidly obese again, and then he hopped on TRT. Now let's look at his feedback and let's see watch his near-death experience together.
All right, I'm going to tell you about the time that testosterone replacement therapy almost killed me. Basically, it's just one of those things that can happen to certain people. So I went in, had the consultation, found a clinic that was just right down the street from where I work. Went in there, talked to him, got the blood work, basically did everything that I was supposed to do. And they came back with a program basically to boost my testosterone levels back up to where they should be.
So first of all, you don't boost your testosterone levels, you replace what your body is supposed to naturally produce. I really hate using the term boosting in regards to testosterone replacement therapy, because I've had a lot of people asking me if they can take exogenous testosterone to increase their natural testosterone production. So I really hate the concept of boosting testosterone. Anyway, let's continue.
You give yourself a shot in the leg, and you're on and basically working out. So I started to go through, do that one for probably 6 months to a year before things started to kind of change. But for about probably the first 6 or 8 months, I was doing the injections. Everything was fine, going back in, getting regular blood work. And of course, everything was perfectly fine. Nothing was off the charts or anything like that. And I'd say probably about the first 6 or 8 months, nothing really changed. Didn't notice anything that was kind of out of the ordinary, no side effects or anything like that. And then probably after about 6 or 8 months, I started to notice a few things. I started to notice something like a little bit of blood in the urine, which can be traced to a lot of different things. So I really didn't think too much of it. I did reach out to ask about it and was told the same thing. It could be from a number of different things, but it was nothing alarming to the doctor, so they didn't need me to come in. And I was talking to my primary at this time. So I did reach out, try to do the responsible thing that a lot of guys don't do, and reached out, asked the medical professionals, is there anything I needed to do? And the answer was basically no. So I just kind of went on with whatever I was doing, working out when I could, still keeping up with the daily injections, and kind of getting some of my energy back that I had definitely lost from the 42, 43 year.
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt this early already, guys, but if I see a little bit of blood in my urine in the morning, my entire apartment block is going to hear about it, and the first thing I'm going to do is take my car and drive to the freaking hospital. Now, I don't have to have a medical degree to understand that if a person is morbidly obese and is peeing blood, something seriously is going on. And if you're in that situation and you call your doctor and it's just saying, no, it's fine, please change freaking doctors. Now he also says that he was on daily injections of TRT through his TRT clinic, and I really wonder what his full protocol was. But in his place, if I see pee in my blood, I'm going straight to the freaking hospital.
And I can't remember the exact timeline, but it was probably, I definitely noticed it right around the time when I actually had my blood clots. Started to notice, I'd say probably about 6 or 8 months leading up to that, my breathing started to get a little bit worse. And I honestly didn't know what it was from. When I went to the doctor, they told me that it was just normal, seasonal, cold allergies, whatever it was. So he put me on a few different things, basically Claritin and some stuff like that to try and clear things up. He was thinking that it was tied to, again, like I said, just seasonal cold symptoms, and went on like that for, I'd say probably about the next year. And again, I never thought too much about it because, like I said, I was going to the medical professionals, asking them what I needed to do.
So let me get this straight. This guy was morbidly obese, he was peeing blood, and he had problems breathing, and his doctor just told him it was seasonal. And then for a year, an entire freaking year, he thought it was nothing, and he did absolutely nothing about that. That's literally the definition of insanity right there. Even if it was because of the testosterone replacement therapy, would you wait an entire year if you have problems breathing and you have freaking blood in your freaking urine? Seriously, would you wait that long before changing doctors?
And it wasn't up until probably a month or two before I actually had my blood clots that I thought maybe something was going wrong with the testosterone replacement injections. Definitely wasn't feeling right. I didn't know what they were really, I didn't know if they were causing it or not. I just felt like I just needed to stop them. So I went through and canceled with the clinic that I was going through, told them that I wasn't going to be doing it anymore. I did send them an email to ask them about different things that was happening, like I said, with the blood in the urine or anything like that. And again, nothing really came of it. I never really pursued it because I wasn't really sure at the time if the test injections had anything to do with it. And of course, like a moron, I never really went and looked and did a deep dive into the negative side effects of testosterone replacement therapy, which when you go through it, and I did this after my blood clots, it literally outlines everything that was happening to me. And basically, I won't say, I can't say definitively that's what caused my blood clots, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what caused my blood clots. I don't do anything else that would really lead to that. I don't have a family history of blood clots. And that was literally the only thing I was doing out of the ordinary that would lead to something like that.
So I'm really sorry for what happened to this guy. But firstly, being morbidly obese is really a silent killer and is really extremely bad for your health. Being 170 pounds overweight will remove decades from your life. It puts an immense stress on your organs and is literally one of the major reasons for strokes, for high blood pressures, for heart attacks, and so on. So this on its own could already have caused this man's blood clots and his health issues. Now, to gain 170 pounds back after losing it, you presumably must have an extremely bad healthy lifestyle and eating habits. Then, secondly, of course, this man suffered the consequences of medical malpractice. He was peeing blood, he had difficulties breathing, and he was overweight, and his doctors didn't take it seriously, and he waited for another 12 months before actually doing something. Then finally, for some reason, he went to a TRT clinic, and I don't know, for some reason, he was on daily injections of TRT. Now, I know some people do daily injections of TRT, but it's not very common, and I would really like to know what this man's full protocol was and how much TRT he was taking per week.
And of course, here it is 2 years later, I'm still dealing with the effects of the blood clots. I still have a real hard time breathing. Some of the medication I take makes me cough like that. I've had that cough for like going on almost 2.5 years now. Very frustrating trying to get over that kind of stuff. And I usually cut it out of the videos, but me talking too long, I get out of breath. And that's because of the lung and heart damage that was caused by the blood clots. So here I am now on the other side of this one, trying to basically strengthen everything back up, which again is part of the reason why I'm jumping on this diet, trying to get everything back down, because obviously the blood clots did a number to my lungs and my heart. It doesn't help that I've put on so much extra weight since having the blood clots. And it's basically the two combined are basically getting it to the point where I can't do anything. I have no energy. Walking up a flight of steps absolutely kills me. I have to wait and stop for a couple minutes at the top because I just can't handle it.
his TRT dosage might have been way too high. Remember, with TRT you want to replicate your natural hormonal production as much as possible. When you're doing TRT, and especially if you have underlying health issues and if you're morbidly obese, you need to take special attention and care to a blood marker called hematocrit. It's the red blood cell count in your blood, and it's actually the thickness of your blood. If your TRT dosage is too high, your hematocrit might actually increase. This combined with the fact that he had underlying health issues and he was overweight and he was probably eating like shit might have led to his blood clots. What I would recommend, and this is my personal opinion, I am not a doctor, if you have health issues and you're obese and you're in your mid-40s, you need to take the conservative approach regarding testosterone replacement therapy. Take the minimum dosage necessary to reach your natural testosterone levels. Some TRT clinics will prescribe 200 milligrams or more per week, and it's not always necessary, and it can increase your hematocrit and other blood values that can unfortunately lead to more serious health issues, especially if you already have some of those. So did TRT almost kill this person? In my opinion, no. I think being severely overweight and not taking care of himself properly while he had all the signs of upcoming deeper health issues, that's what caused his blood clots and his problems. You can't blame everything on TRT. In the beginning of his video, he's also mentioning that TRT made him gain weight and gain fat. Now, I agree, when you're starting TRT, you can have a couple of pounds, you can increase a couple of pounds because of the water weight until you get dialed in. But certainly not 170 pounds, you know, that's another human being that you're gaining. Now, I really hope this man will recover 100% and lose the weight again, and for Jesus Christ, lose the weight for good this time. So change your lifestyle and make it sustainable. Stop gambling with your freaking health. Alright, that was my take on this video and on this man's story. Ending it here. Leave me a comment to support my channel. Let me know what you thought of the video. Subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Uranus out.